God turned his back on humanity long ago. It wasn't a war. It wasn't global warming. It was a fucking asteroid. I was born in this shithole. Parents murdered, an orphan of this wasteland. An army of mutants killed everyone I ever loved. All that's left is hate, fear, and the need for survival. You see, part of growing up was watching everything get taken from me. I stood by, did nothing. And now, I'm the last ranger of this wasteland, and there's only one thing left to do!
Grab some blue hair dye and strap on some pink spandex. Welcome to Rage 2. What up, gamers? I'm Sir Mav, and today I want to chat about what we know so far about Rage 2. But let's get this out of the way first. No, I don't have any pink spandex. Could I get a mohawk? Hey, if this video can get 500 likes, I will definitely consider it. Hell, for 1,000 likes, I'll even throw in some neon blue hair dye. Anyway, what exactly is Rage 2? So Rage 2 takes place 30 years after the first Rage game that released back in late 2010. We are once again thrown into an apocalyptic wasteland devoid of any standard society or order of any kind. This time around, we play as the protagonist Walker, a lone ranger orphaned at a young age after his parents were taken from him, who has nothing left but hate and revenge for those who took everything from him. Now currently we don't know much of how this story will play out, but given the mission shown at E3, we will likely be teamed up with another character who goes by the name of Doctor, and we will be retrieving ecopods from space. And this is where I transition into the open world of Rage 2. If you know anything about Avalanche Studios, you could say they kind of know their way around creating vast and expansive open worlds. They created such games as the Just Cause series and Mad Max, both of which contained massive maps you could traverse by foot or with an assortment of different vehicles. If you include id Studios to the party, literally the inventors of the first-person shooter, think of Doom, Quake, Wolfenstein, just some fairly popular shooters under the belt, then you have yourself a recipe for success in both combat and open world gameplay. I guess the design of the game makes sense now given that it looks like Mad Max and Doom. They got married and had a baby, and look, it's grown up to be a beautiful chaotic mold of carnage. The devs stated this is more of a post-apocalyptic world than the first game. The world is now rebuilding itself and recovering from the asteroid that decimated the land before. So unlike the world of the first Rage, gray, dull, truly a barren wasteland, in Rage 2 there's an array of color not just within the factions of the world, but also within the biomes it presents. Thanks to the ecopods, the world is no longer just the classical brown desert, which they do so well. There is now lush jungles, swamps, and vast grasslands to explore. Unlike the first, this is now a seamless go anywhere, shoot anything, and explode everything destructible world. This will allow for different experiences from close quarters combat to long distance encounters. Which leads me into combat. After watching the gameplay from E3, you have a good sense that this game will be a fast-paced, in-your-face shooter. There will of course be amazing upgradable weapons to obliterate your foes with, but I'm more interested in the nanotrite abilities showcased within the gameplay. We know for a fact that there will be abilities such as dash, pound, and shatter as they are displayed within the gameplay and were discussed during the devs interview with IGN. Dash will be, well, a dash that allows you to move at a rapid pace to and around your enemies. Pound is likely the ground pound movement we saw within the trailer, and shatter seems to be an ability that allows you to melee your targets clear across the field of battle. Along with upgradable weapons and abilities, the team brought back what they call the wing stick from the original game. This is basically a lethal boomerang used to lop off the heads of your foe. In Rage 2, however, it looks to be more advanced this time around. If that wasn't enough for combat, you have Overdrive as well. Overdrive looks to enhance your weapon's damage, increase movement speed, and likely overall tankiness of Walker when facing your enemies. Basically, it super enhances everything you do within this game to dynamically change your combat experience. And this is not just an ability you should save for your bosses. It seems this overdrive meter will regenerate based on how fast-paced or chaotic your play is. The devs spoke of advanced players being able to trigger this ability almost at an infinite level as you chain your combat abilities together. And that's basically it so far on combat, but did I mention the vehicles? Now, I love this quote from the game trailer. If you see it, you can drive it. Which means if you see a prized dune buggy with rocket launchers on the back end of it, well, it's yours for the taking. If they go above and beyond with vehicle combat like they did in Mad Max, then this game is sure to be a gem. The transition of combat in Mad Max was just so smooth between each weapon, and from just viewing the trailer, the destruction looks more intense within Rage 2. So we don't know yet exactly how many vehicles will be within the game, but they did give us a lot of hints within the trailer as we see about 7 or so different vehicles come across the screen. You'll have a typical dune buggy, some other car variants, monster trucks, and even a gyrocopter and what looks to be a machina suit firing down upon an enemy faction. With the gyrocopter added into this makes me believe that this is likely not going to be any old small map. Given the speed these vehicles likely travel at, I think it's safe to say we'll have a vast world to explore within Rage 2. So how about the factions? Well, we know of one for sure called the Goon Squad, a loud punk-style faction that likes to raise hell with their neon-colored outfits and mohawks, but we have little detail of the rest. We know there's going to be a super mutant, madmen, and other monsters that traverse this world. Now, I'm not sure if the Authority is another faction or it was simply a generalized comment placed within the trailer from the first game, but I guess we'll know more as we get closer to the launch, which we don't have an exact date for just yet, but it's stated to come out in spring of 2019 on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. So likely either March or April we'll be able to traverse the Badlands. And that's what we know so far. Give us a like if you're excited for Rage 2 and subscribe for future gaming content and updates. Let us know down in the comments section what future videos you would like to see for Rage 2 and any other questions you may have. Until next time, gamers, this is Sir Mav, signing off.